Well, here we are in front of the old 2013 laptop that my old mate Beto from the Jolyn Turner tour. And Mum's here. All right, Mum. Fucking Mum's laughing, right? And she's coughing as well. She's not coughing because she's got the old COVID. She's coughing because we've just been having a laugh. Anyway, hang on, I'm having a drink here. So, we're just pulling up some stuff here, some nonsense. So, I did a little video outside, and then I realised that the so-called woman I'd quoted in this video that I was going to put out is actually a mortician. Anyway, that's another story, but we won't go there. So, we were just having a look at a couple of things. And here, don't read your gardening book. You're involved in this. My mum's not. She's losing concentration here. Anyway, so we were just doing some. I was having a chat with old Serge about cancer in dogs and stuff like that. Right? Why is it more prevalent today than ever? And so on. Because our poor old dog next door, our neighbour, our voisin's old dog. It's covered in lumps and bumps, right? And like we said before, is if you think they're poisoning us, why would they not be poisoning, our lovely animals, right? Well, of course they would. Anyway, so we did a little bit of a sort of checkup, and what we decided to do is over the next few months, we're going to do a sort of video audio time capsule, because we talked about this, didn't we?
We did.
Right. Which we're going to bury in the ground, right? Right, we're going to bury it in the ground.
For the future.
For the future, like in Planet of the Apes, right? So anyway, you can see on the screen here, this is quite funny. So we just looked at is old Billy Girl Gates with his big saggy hips, her big saggy hips, really tampering with mosquitoes? Well, of course, the answer is absolutely no, because that person is an actor, right? So anyway, so we're just having a scan through. What is the time? It's Friday, it's 5 o'clock, and it's crackerjack. No, it's not. It's actually, I don't know what time it's anyway. But, so anyway, pulled this up. Let me see, make sure I've got the right glasses on, because I can't see. So we were just looking through a few things, and we found another one of these so-called basically sites, like fact checkers. Very difficult to say that, isn't it? Fact checker. And this was from February of now last year, right? And it says. Weird trails in the sky acknowledged on Australian television. Altered. The sea, engineering, right? And there's this woman here, apparently. Right. Anyway, they go through this thing, and I just thought this was quite funny, right? Because sitting here with Mum, I don't know, I'm not too sure about this person here. I don't know, make up your own mind. But anyway, about the fact that it says, we love the word fact, about the fact that it says that this footage was manipulated, right, for this TV thing, right? Well, we can assure you, as most of you that check in on this on a regular basis, that we don't manipulate anything that we film flying about in the sky, right? So anyway, but we just thought this was quite funny. And then when you come down the bottom here, it says here, fact checking around the universe, whatever. It's quite a difficult thing to say, right? Results in, anyway, you can read it up for yourself, and you can see it's called aap.com.au. So we just thought it was quite funny that this would appear, where they are basically accusing people of fiddling. So-called trails are actually condensation trails from engine exhaust, says James Ross, apparently James Ross APP Photos, right? So the reason to bring this up wasn't for the... I don't know, I'm not too sure about this person here. What do you reckon on that one, guys? Anyway, it wasn't to bring up the basis of this ridiculous stuff that you see all the time, but was more... it's quite funny when you go over this picture of this woman. It says drag. Is that a drag queen? I don't know. But was the fact that we were just looking at... Let's see if it will pull it back up again. Hang on. This is to do with old Billy Girl Gates. Oh, yeah, that was quite funny. Funny in this. Look at this. They're wearing the same clothes. Why is he wearing a white shirt and a black jacket, and he's wearing a white shirt and a black jacket? Right, I mean, old Billy Girl, he always wears, or she always wears, like, you know, sweaters and, you know, corduroy trousers and everything to cover up the fact that he's got women's hips and shit like that. That's right, isn't it, Mum?
Yes.
Yes, it is. I don't know whether you can hear Mum anyway, so I won't zoom in on Mum. I don't want to get put on. I don't want to put on the MI5 hit list or anything like that. But anyway, we thought that was quite funny. So we've just been looking into a couple of things. Is Billy Girl tampering with mosquitoes? Well, you know, like we said, when you look at these things that are going on, and then you look into things like, you know, why are all these things happening to people and their animals at the moment? If you think that they are poisoning you, then you have to think that they're poisoning the poor old animals who don't really get much of a say in it. And it was only me talking to old Serge earlier on, because his old dog, bless her, she's had the squirts and all kinds of stuff like that, but she's doing all right. But yeah, there's definitely something very, very dodgy with all of this. And what I was going to say was, like I said, we're going to do this series like a time capsule thing, aren't we?
Yeah.
And we're going to go back to the March, I think it was March 2020, when we sat down in the garden, in the Coin Perdu, the little hidden corner. And we talked about basically what we thought was going on. And we've basically been proved right, straight across, you know. And I went up to a thing the other day, which is up with the association, the Freemasonic Sioniac Association. Of course it's not. To do with this event in June, right?
Yeah.
Right, and at the end of the conversation, there were 7 of us there. Even with my dodgy French, they started talking about all the people that have keeled over in the last sort of 6 months. And they're obviously aware there's something a bit dodge going on. But of course, I was hoping, I was like, please don't ask me what I think, because, you know, if I go off, they'll never speak to me again. So unfortunately that they didn't. But, you know, I think people are starting to see things that are going on. But I also think, and although I don't agree with everything that Matt from Quantum does, when he talks about we're here to experience events, I think he's 100% right with that. And he did a couple of good ones just recently, which is all about, you know, the old slogans are going down that little bunny hole and everything. And how long do you spend looking at things till you realise that everything is fixed, everything is a fiddle? The only thing that you can actually rely on is the people that are closest to you and yourself when you look in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to, over the next, we're going to do a couple of reposts. I think my old sorority of the sticky out tongue is a particularly good one. But we're going to look into some of the things like, I mean, you know, old mummy, she was a war child and all that kind of stuff. We still can't quite get our heads around why there are no bomb holes in roads. And when they show you a bomb hole like as big as a London bus, none of the windows seem to be broken in the building, do they?
Yeah, strange that.
About 3 feet away from it. So we're going to do a little bit of that, guys. And like I said, here we are. Let's have a quick look. It is the 16th of January. So, like I said, I did a little video earlier on, and I'm glad that I redid it in here with Mum. And yeah, we'll get back to you with some of these things, but it's interesting stuff. And again, none of this is anything to be afraid of. Just soak it up and do what
Makes you think.
makes you think, doesn't
Makes
it?
you think.
You know,
Yeah.
old Mum here,
Yeah.
she'll be officially 90 this year. Actually, in her 91st year, because
Yes, according to a good friend of ours.
according to a good friend of ours, right? And so she's 90. And she's still got good hair that I cut the other day as well, which is where the old surgeon's fen came from. Anyway, love to everybody out there, and we'll catch you soon.
Bye.